Hey guys, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and take a risk for a video because this should be really interesting. Um, Basically, I've cast StarCraft 2 for a really long time now. Used to play a little bit of Brood War, not a ton, but I'm gonna go ahead and try and cast Brood War, and we'll see how it's gonna go. Basically, I'm wasting time before school starts up again Monday, and I want to have fun, and this is what I'll be doing as an experiment. Now, on the top right, we have the Blue Terran Fantasy, who's an incredibly strong Terran pro gamer who's, I think is on SK or one of those teams, I don't particularly know. And we have Jaedong on the left. I think Hwasong Oz. I don't know if Hwasong is one of those teams that got disbanded or whatever in the face of StarCraft 2 becoming so much bigger, but basically Jaedong is the bonjour of our time. Him and Flash are the top, and that's a ZVT, and we have another ZVT with one of the other really strong Terran players out there. And Fantasy, I want to say that he likes to go mech for TVZ, but I don't particularly know. Just because I haven't been paying that much attention to the professional Brood War scene because I've been playing so much StarCraft 2. Also, I didn't really get to play that much Brood War because by the time that I was getting into it, I ended up having multiple shoulder surgeries, and obviously you can't play when you're locked in a cast for, or not really a cast, but a sling for 6 weeks, and you're trying to basically make sure that you can move 6 months from now as opposed to trying to play a video game. So my playing experience of Brood War is not as high as it should be. I was probably D+ skill level at my peak as a Protoss player, but I still watched a lot of Brood War. I watched a lot of the pros play. I watched Pro League, I watched OSL, MSL, all those things. Particularly Nuke the Stars. Like I watched him for days and days on end for while I was just completely immobilized and trying to not move because every time I moved I was in excruciating much pain. But basically, Brood War ZVT, you've got Mutalisk playing a very heavy role. You've got the Muta Micro being so key. For mech, you have to get some nice amount of Goliaths out. Missile turret placement is very important. Types of expansions, you can play either bio or you can play mech. It's similar to StarCraft 2 in that respect. And I feel weird making StarCraft 2 references towards Brood War as opposed to the other way around. Personally, that just tickles me when Brood Wars had such a long history, 12 years of being amazing. Actually more than that, it's probably more like 13 years now. Prior for Brood War. Maybe 14 since StarCraft 1 itself has been out. But we do see speed being opening, and by the way, I'm actually really happy to be having such a surprise interface happening with the way you view replays and observe Brood War. I think it's actually much better. I think StarCraft 2 is too immersed in all the little add-ons that you can do, all the things you can take a look at. But let's go ahead and just note the fact that we do have an expansion coming down for Fantasy. Jaedong, we see his lair coming along with the natural expansion. I hear an SCV getting attacked. There we go. Scout does get attacked, but guess what? We can't look at the vision for Fantasy and see if you saw the lair morphing, which I like a lot. I think it's a lot better for surprise, as it takes a lot more skill to be able to observe a Brood War game well as opposed to a StarCraft game. But with these couple racks that are coming out, it seems that Fantasy is going to go ahead and play Bio. So we're going to have Medic Marine going after the very nice, probably going to be the Ling Muta at the start from Jaedong. We do see him getting down his Spire. He has been mining his gases for... Actually, he doesn't even have a second gas yet. Probably going to take that fairly soon to be able to get out his mutas. That'll be very important. Is there a third hatch? Yes, there's a third hatch. So it's like 3 hatch muta off of 2 bases is going to be how Jaedong will be opening, which is great to see. I mean, I definitely want to see his Muta Micro. I've actually never really looked at a replay of Jaedong before, so this is kind of like a novel experience for me. It's not quite the same as observing the game live with Koreans. I can do that with StarCraft 2, just with all my casting there. But this is a new level, personally, of watching, to actually take a little replay of 2 really top pros. But we do see that the Zerg is just on these 2 bases. The natural gas has now been taken and has just begun mining. Third hatch is about to be done. And I'm really curious about the hockey setup of Jaedong. Because to try and actually control everything in Brood War is really, really, really tough, to say the least. But we do have the first push coming out of Fantasy. I see no medics and no fire bats. There's the first couple medics now out. They should be beating up with these guys, but without the fire bats, we're probably not going to have a sunken bust, but there aren't any sunkens to actually bust. We see out in the front over here, we do have a few links that are going to go ahead and move in to take down this SCV, and we do see that the metabolic boost should be about done, or is it not even start? Or did it go? I can't really tell. I don't think those are speedlings, to be honest. They seem to be running the exact same speed as that SCV. But we are the Marines moving across the map. The two medics are now with the group. The Spire is now done. Mutas are on the way. There we go. They're going to push out. Do we have missile turrets out? Yes, we do have missile turrets starting to be done. Another supply depot. The U-238 shells, which is the upgrade for the Marine range, is being upgraded, but they're not done yet. A few shots do get loose on top of these mutas. So they're trying to be careful how they control each other, but then I see it moving in, getting 2 nice shots. Nice, 3 kills. All the Marines not taking too many shots themselves. Nice start there. We do have this Ling running around for some scouting information. This Rack's now out. There we have the mutas going to run in. They stop the production of that turret. That's pretty big. So you are going to see turrets and SCVs getting picked off in this mineral line. Here we have the first couple Marines and medics move in and try and do some damage. Jaedong could pick off this SCV. Looks like he will not, though. There we go. Now the SCV's going to die. And there we have some nice medium micro moving in. A lot of damage actually being done right now. He's found a nice little hole away from missile turrets. There are a few Marines here, but not that many, to be honest. Jaedong could actually engage right now. Now we're having more coming. He should start retreat. There we go. He is going to retreat. But he's done a nice bit of damage now, 49 food, while Fantasy's at 44. He's slightly in the lead. Jaedong needs a third base, and this looks like there will be a third base. Scans going down somewhere for Fantasy. Not quite sure where, but Jaedong doesn't... Oh, look at how low his money is in the minerals. He's under 30 for a second. That's ridiculous. There we have the mutas running back in. So more damage is being done. That's actually really, really nice. Take out a few medics, too. That's always nice to leave the medic count low, because the medic medics, they stay high. Those Marines will have a very tough time dying, especially when you get medic walls against good lengths. But these mutas, oh my god, Jaedong is doing an ungodly amount of damage. He's actually kind of making Fantasy look a little silly at the moment. Look at all the SUVs that have been picked off. These mutas are destroying everything. Now be careful though with that turret. Looks like the turret will not get any kills whatsoever. But these mutas completely denied mining in this main base. The comm stat is out, but it's all that's there. You're not even seeing any SCVs being made as commands because they'll just pop and die. The third dig gets started by Jaedong, so he is definitely getting that kind of back up. And we're seeing this SCV transfer hurting in the back of the mineral line, taking a fair amount of damage. So we see that down. Looks like we're going to have the +1 weapons now done for those Marines. That's a great time for Jaedong to get out of there, but look at the damage that he has done. Looks like he hasn't gotten any upgrades for those mutas, started or completed. Either way, they're just not there. So we have a scan going down. We actually have suck-ins now down for Jaedong, but look at his drone count. It seems to be not the best, but with the damage that he's done to the mineral line of Fantasy, I'd say he's even in the lead economically. You can see that the SCV saturation is probably a little bit below the saturation of Jaedong. He's still got a nice lead count, but food count lead. There we go. But as we can see, the Marine medic count is up there. The any more upgrades? No, the engineering bay looks to be pretty idle. Are there Evo chambers out for Jaedong? It seems like there's one. Getting the carapace upgrades. That's nice. Where's the scan? I just saw it. Looking around the main base. Look at the vision of Jaedong. Look at all of this orange that's running around. He sees a whole lot, and he's watching as these Marines and medics are moving over to the left. Going to be as aggressive as they possibly can be. Hydras are now out. We could see a transition into lurkers. It's definitely something I'm expecting. Where is that Hydra den? There's the Hydra den. So lurker tech is either done. Yep, it's done. There you have the lurkers going to go in. They might not be able to get complete in time to actually hold that ramp, though. It's going to be kind of tight timing. We'll see if Fantasy's going to go and completely go up the ramp, or it's going to try and regroup and then move in. No, it's going to be... Okay, we have a few lurkers here. Will we see a scan? There you have the first lurker shots going down. Going to get a few nice kills, actually. These lurkers are going to be able to pop in a second. They got to hurry, get burrowed, and there they do. And they're going to be moving in, and actually that's a GG at 5 in Fantasy. Wow, so Jaedong being awesome and winning in a rather simple fashion. Just incredible use of those mutas, so very nicely done by him. And I'd say as far as the first real cast of Brood War that I've ever done is gone, I'd say that went not as horribly as it could have. So thank you guys very much for watching. I've got a couple more replays.